I realize there's probably an echo because I have a feeling if I go over to this window, yep, that's us. Because thankfully Chuck's shot to us, I did not realize that was running. We're going to shoot that over, and anyone who's not here on Twitch will never know. So, thank you for joining us for the For Reals second episode of Two Scoops.
Hi! It's me, Mikella.
Mikella's here with me. We will be talking about a couple of things today. We have some news, we have some fun things, but first we have our sponsors. First we have our mechanical sponsor, Landwalk. Landwalk, for when you don't want to deal with anything in your way at all.
Use Landwalk.
Cookie dough, because sometimes you think to yourself, I shouldn't eat ice cream straight out of the carton, and I shouldn't eat cookie dough straight out of the carton, but I'm going to do both. Definitely don't eat cookie dough out of the carpet. That is filthy cookie dough.
Don't eat cookie dough out of the carpet.
And brought to you by viewers like you at patreon.com/AlchPlaysGames. That was much better than the first time where we accidentally were talking over ourselves.
That was true.
Yes. All right, so first off, non-magic news, because we are the Mostly Magic podcast. Here's your other scoop, the other game. So, the pre-release for Keyforge just started. Keyforge being a game by Richard Garfield that is not Magic. It's not a trading card game. It's a unique deck game. And I have here some card names that I'm going to have to cover up our chat so Mikella can see them. They're going to be right here.
Okay.
Mikella has not seen these before.
I have no idea
you've seen
what I'm
one.
in for. I've heard of one. I haven't seen any of these.
So every deck gets its own name. And the names are procedurally generated. And due to the way computers are, they don't realize that some things sound ridiculous with each other. So we're going to start tame. The Terror That Imagines Mud. Don't overthink it. Next up, we have Isaac, First Big Daddy Azores.
Oh no! This is tame?
The Ad Hoc Weirdo. This one was General Bone Rider Colt. Some of these are not tame. I'm skipping the worst one till the end. The boy who basically headbutts heaven. You know, basically.
So wait a minute. So he dies, goes to heaven, and once he's at the pearly gates, just headbutts St. Peter or something like that?
No, we just put his chair on the tip of the rocket. Anyway.
Alright.
Fragile Egg Gertrude. I don't know if the egg is supposed to be a nickname, or if it's like an egg. It's definitely fragile, and its name is Gertrude.
Is that a bird?
No, there's only so many Archon symbols.
Okay.
So a lot of Archons share symbols.
Okay.
Let's see, this one is...
Well, because you say if we took out the egg part from that last one...
Mm-hmm. Fragile Gertrude.
It would be Fragile Gertrude, which sends me straight back to...
Is that Dr. Seuss?
My Seussical days.
Yeah. He that rapidly contributes to society.
And that one I heard.
He doesn't screw around while contributing to society. Does it rapidly. Drabden, college fraud. He's
failing all of his classes,
Don't
but
tell
nobody
his parents.
knows.
Don't tell his parents. They'll be pissed. Emptricate, the antagonizer of boys. Hey, kids! Guess who's gonna go get ice cream? Me! Because I have a car and money.
And you don't.
That's how you use your immortal Archon powers in this game. Mrs. G-Lips. This one was actually too small for me to see, so I'm going to pull this one up big. Oglepurse, the courtier of seduction.
Okay.
Falbeard, the juror of trees. He's like the Lorax, but he judges them.
Hear ye, where...
No, wait, the Lorax speaks for the trees, so he's a lawyer in his court. That's how that works.
It's a Susical day, everybody.
This one we're gonna have to zoom in on. Like, there's no way... Ah, come on, man, don't do this. There we go. Not all of these ones were great, but my favorite one's the green one in there, and I realized I didn't give that to you guys, which was wrong of me. It's only the green one I care about here. Since you might not be able to read it, it is he who unnecessarily protects herbalism.
You cannot take these plants. They are for medicinal use.
That's okay. We weren't going to. There's also King Waka. Not Walker. Waka with an H. He's from Boston.
He's from Boston.
That's the blue one. I stole all of these off of Reddit, by the way. Okay, so this is one of the... No, this is the one that made me interested in the story. And then we're going to do some tame ones, and then the funniest one. So the one that got me into the story was Titan Flare, the farmer of racism.
Oh, hell, I made tea.
We have heard Red yell, "Oh, hell, I made tea," 4 times today.
Red keeps forgetting. That's okay, Red. We still love
and
you.
actually, Titan Flare, the farmer of racism, is now not allowed in tournaments because of his name. That is 100% serious. They're offering refunds for some of these. Jewel, the producer of buttons. Out of all the powerful wizards, you're the button wizard. Ah, you popped a stitch. Here you go. Nice!
He fixes hems.
This is the only deck that gives you a tailored experience.
The producer of buttons?
Yes.
And the knitter from Tumblr. They are best friends.
The first that vouches for alcohol. Hey, what do we need to make this game great? Booze.
Alcohol.
Look, first, we've been meaning to talk to you. We're worried. I also stole that joke from Reddit. The woman who thankfully helps armies.
Oh no! What are we gonna do, Captain?
Isn't that Wonder Woman?
We're gonna get slaughtered by the enemy. What do we do? Oh, thank goodness! That's the woman who thankfully helps armies.
And now my favorite one, and this is the one you're probably gonna lose it on. Wang, the suddenly bruised. She's not. She's collapsed.
Okay. I'm good. I promise.
So we're gonna get into our actual episode now. I'm gonna leave Wang the suddenly bruised up there till we get started.
Did you kill your wife?
Mildly.
Almost. I'm almost dead.
And you know what? I'm realizing that the theme I have on the chat room is making it impossible to read. Nope.
It is also super-de-duper tiny.
Nope. You know what? Hold up. I got a tool for that.
He can fix that.
I can fix this, folks. Like I said, we've been having some technical difficulties basically all evening.
Yeah.
Which I'm very sorry about. There we go. Hey, can I get some test messages? I believe I see, I definitely see red. I can't tell.
Hey, it works.
I can't. Okay, that is Chuck.
It's
okay.
a test.
I wasn't sure if Chuck was there or not. Thank you so much. And yes, I forgot to mute the window I was watching you in, Chuck. Earlier. So that's where that echo was before the official start. Let me put that in there. And pull that back up, and we're good. We just can't see ourselves. So if there's video problems, please warn us. Alright, so. You want to get your friend into Magic.
How do you do it?
Oh, you know what I realized? We forgot the other most important part of the show.
We did?
These things.
Oh, well, let's roll then.
We forgot to do a crack a pack first, so hold on for that.
They see
There are packs that must be cracked.
Number 5.
Number 5. We're never going to get rid of that pack of Homelands in the number 1 slot.
Never.
1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Hey, it's a pack of Hour o Devastation. So, how about you crack that open? We will put in the new pack in number 19, as is our way, at a later date. Yes. Please do not run violently into the room.
Alright, so we have, so that you all can at least see it, if not very well, there is Aerial Guide.
Give me a second, I'm making it so they can see it.
Oh, okay.
But thank you for telling me we're starting with Aerial Guide. I'll really
Aerial
do
Guide.
that.
He is a 2 and a blue for 2/2 creature. Flying. Whenever Aerial
Creature
Guide...
Drake.
Creature Drake, yes.
He is honestly a card I way prefer over Windrake, but it seems they've given his power over to white.
So anyway, whenever Aerial Guide attacks, another target attacking creature gains flying until end of turn. That is super nice. I like cards that do that.
Yeah, that's a fun... Again, white mostly does that now.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But blue had it first.
Blue had it first!
It was blue
White,
before.
give it back! Disposal Mummy. He is a 2 and a white for a 2/3 zombie jackal creature. When Disposal Mummy enters the battlefield, exile target card from an opponent's graveyard.
Not bad.
Nice. If your enemy was doing mummies, sucks for them.
Yeah, he's a mummy who hates other mummies. Which is kind of nice. I'll go for that.
Aven of Enduring Hope.
Mm-hmm.
She is 4 and a white for a 3/3 bird cleric creature with flying, and when Aven of Enduring Hope enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life.
I will say this, when you're playing Peasant, that is a very useful card. When you're playing Pauper, that's a very useful card. In a standard draft, not so much.
Next is Countervailing...
Oh, you know what? I didn't even put up the Aven. I'm sorry.
They can't see it if we don't show it to them.
No, they can't.
So there you go. There is Aven of Enduring Hope.
There we go. Now you can see it. And I'll put up the Countervailing Winds in just a second.
So yes, Countervailing Winds for 2 and a blue.
Sorry. The automatic card reader is busted right now. So I have to do everything manually for a little while.
It's an instant. You counter target spell unless its controller pays an extra 1 for each card in your graveyard. Ouch.
Yeah.
That is nasty. And it
Fun,
also
though.
has cycling.
Yeah, cycling too.
Bitterbow Sharpshooters. 4 and a green for a 4/4 Jackal Archer creature.
Yeah, not bad.
He has Vigilance and Reach. That's pretty nice.
And they're commons, but... And a 4/4 for 5 is not great. But with Vigilance, it's almost worth it. Yeah.
Torment of Venom is next.
Thank you. Go ahead and start reading. I'll pop it up.
For 2 and 2 black, it's another instant. You put 3 -1/-1 counters on target creature. Its controller loses 3 life unless he or she sacrifices another non-land permanent or discards a card. So your creatures are gonna die, and you lose 3 life unless you sacrifice a creature or discard something. That's pretty nice. Oh, I have this one in my dragon deck. The Traveler's Amulet.
And we're going to see that again later tonight.
He's gonna be coming back. For 1, you get an artifact. For 1 and sacrifice Traveler's Amulet. Search your library for basic land card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library.
Same card we've had in Theros. We had it in Rivals of Ixalan. It keeps coming back, but it's a useful card. It's very, very helpful.
Next, Striped Riverwinder. You gotta keep your lips loose to say that name.
Striped Riverwinder. You know what? We should be glad that they didn't make the artificial sliver Silver Sliver, which was their original idea. Yeah, I know.
There you go.
Tongue twisters, they come in a lot. He's
Anyway.
a fun snake.
He is a fun serpent. Anyway, sorry. He is, for 6 and a blue, you get a 5/5 serpent creature. He is hexproof. Nice. and he has cycling blue.
So, if you get him in your
Opening hand.
or on your first draw, you probably mulligan if he's in your opening hand.
Yeah. Next, Desert of the Indomitable.
One of the godless deserts, filled with godless heathens.
Aww.
That's what they are. They're called...
It's the snake god.
And he's destroyed.
I know.
He got dominated. The name's a misnomer.
That's very sad. Anyway, it is a desert land. Desert of the Indomitable enters the battlefield tapped. You get to tap it and add a green to your mana pool, and it has cycling for 1 and a green.
Ooh, I saw the next one. I like these guys.
Next is Resolute Survivors. For 1 and a red-white, you get a 3/3 human warrior creature. You may exert Resolute Survivors as it attacks.
Mm-hmm.
It won't untap during your next untap step, just in case you didn't know. Whenever you exert a creature, Resolute Survivors deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. So that means...
It includes itself.
You exert any creature.
Yes. And each creature you exert does it on top of it.
Nice.
I played a red-white exert deck before they got rid of Amonkhet in Arena, and I just kind of dominated with that. It was fun.
I have a question about
this.
this.
It never became a full deck, but you combined that with some of the red-white Ixalan dinosaurs to pad you out. I did alright.
But I have a question.
Yeah.
It says that you can exert it when it attacks.
Yes.
Can you also exert other cards that don't have any, exert power?
They have to have exert.
Okay. So if you have a deck full of exerting creatures, that's probably not too bad.
It's not bad in a red-white exert deck. It's fiddly, like Chuck's saying in the chat. White-red was never really a deck in Amonkhet and Our Devastation. So if you were drafting, I wouldn't do it. But constructed, I did alright.
Aw, poor Nissa.
Wow.
Nissa's defeat. Nissa gets defeated. For 2 and a green, it's a sorcery. It is it is the second of our uncommons. Destroy target forest, green enchantment, or green planeswalker. If that permanent was a Nissa planeswalker, draw a card. What happened to Nissa that she got attacked like that?
So, an Hour of Devastation, story-wise, they all went to Amonkhet, except for a Johnny who told them, hey, maybe don't go to Amonkhet.
Just a thought.
They decided, no, we're going to go fight Nicol Bolas. Fuck you. No, you can't tell us what to do, Lion Dad. You're not our dad. And then they all got their asses handed to them. Gideon's Impenetrable Force Field got penetrated. So, no more force field for him. Jace the Mind Sculptor had his mind sculpted. Was given amnesia and sent to Ixalan, because screw you, Jace. Liliana, the deal maker, had a deal made with her. And said, hey, how about you just work with me here and leave? Chandra, the Firebrand, got burnt. And Nissa, the world shaper, had the world shaped around her, strangled by vines.
That sounds awful.
Yeah. Now he screwed them all with their own names.
You should have listened.
You know what?
I'm
realizing having Chuck and Red in the same chat while I'm saying words like dominated and penetrated might be a terrible combo for me. Because these are the two I would probably trust with watching my chat. And yet here we are.
Next one is another desert land, if near Deadlands.
If you're near Deadlands, run away. Those are dead. If near Deadlands isn't bad.
So you can tap and add a colorless to your mana pool, or you can tap and pay a life and add a black to your mana pool.
It's the third ability that you want.
Or for 2 and a black and tap, sacrifice a desert, put 2 -1/-1 counters on target creature an opponent controls. Activate this ability only anytime you can cast a sorcery. That's pretty nice.
It's not bad.
If you want to mess with people like that, I don't know. Anyway. Next one is Pride Sovereign.
Is Pride Sovereign the guy I think it is? Oh no, he's just the Cat Lord. He's
the
fun.
Cat Lord.
He's fun if you're playing cats. He was a big part of the Selesnya cat deck that was in Arena.
Oh.
Because you'll notice he has a white ability.
That's true. Anyway, he is 2 in a tree, or 2 in a green.
2 in a tree. 2 in some broccoli.
2 in a green for a 2/2 cat creature. Pride Sovereign gets +1/+1 for each other cat you control. Nice. For a white and tap, exert Pride Sovereign, create 2 1/1 white cat creature tokens.
He
with
a kitty.
lifelink. He a kitty. I like him. I'm going
He's
to add
fun.
him to my new Commander Kitty deck.
Well, I mean, that particular copy's going into the Crack-A-Pack cube.
No, I know.
Okay.
But, like, I'm going to find him later. Ooh, and we got a sparkly.
Mm-hmm.
A sparkly Graven Abomination. He is for 3. You get a 3/1 horror artifact creature. Whenever Graven Abomination attacks, exile target card from defending player's graveyard.
He's not bad. This is a very green strong pack. Oh yeah, we got a swamp and an insect
swamp
token.
and a blue-red
We don't
insect.
have a Scarab God to work with that insect token, so
I think I know somebody who does.
I have put Graven Abomination into a main deck in a draft once, and I did it because he was card 23.
Well, that's the
But
end of
for
our
an
pack.
exile, for a graveyard hate deck or for a silver deck, he's not too bad. Okay, so there are 2 problems that you might run into if you want to get your friends to play Magic. Well, there's a couple problems. One problem is they don't want to play Magic. If that's it, you're screwed. But
If you have a friend who's like, yeah, I guess I want to play Magic, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to play.
the red-blue token's not for the Scarab God? Oh, wait, no, not Scarab. Locust God. Scarab God does zombies.
That makes sense.
Okay, or there's some other Locust card. I don't know. Anyway, so, but let's say you do have a friend who wants to play. Now you need to get them to the point where you want to get them to play. Now, if your first problem is that you're broke, but you live near a friendly local game store...
Friendly local game store!
Then just go in, see if they have some welcome decks. If they do, pick up 1 or 2, and then teach your friend. But let's say that that's not a problem for you. Let's say either A, the friendly local game store is out, which is a problem, or B, you don't live close enough to your friendly local game store for that to be a viable trip. Like for us, it's a 40-minute drive.
That's a bit...
And
Yeah,
that's
that's
if
a
we
bit
don't
of a
hit
drive.
traffic. So, and we like going down there. It's just, it's out of the way. And then the other one is... So there's 2 that are about 40 minutes away, and there's one that's about an hour away.
Yeah.
They're all nice stores. At least we have 3 good stores, but
They are nowhere near us.
it is a distance. So, what I did was I decided, well, let's say you want to get welcome decks. How are you going to do that? You could either get a booster battle pack, or which you'll see something I did with booster battle packs later this week. At least that's the plan. Or if you don't have a booster battle pack, you'll get one of those little starter kits from Walmart or Target that are like $10 to $15. So I'm going to assume you get the $10 one, which is 2 welcome decks and 2 spin down dice. They're not great. And in fact, for both starter kits, I don't know if it was he saw them around the same time I saw them, or if it was in reaction to me shooting it to him on Twitter. But within a week of me within a week of me seeing them, putting them up on Twitter and tagging the professor from Tolarian Community College, he had reviews, and it pretty much cemented my fears that they're worthless. They're welcome decks. The new one's not as bad because you get a Galta in it. And Galta's like an $8 card.
Oh, that's nice.
But anyway, you want to make welcome decks. You don't want to spend the $10 to get the ones from Walmart. And in fact, you want to make your friend have a decent enough collection, you would probably have to spend about $50 if you found 2 of each color. That is not great. Then, I mean, like, I'm not going to judge Wizards for trying to grab at money. They are a company, that's their job. But let's circumvent them here a little bit. He said on the show where you can throw bits to give him money. The other thing you could do is you get a deck builder's toolkit. Well, the thing is, the old deck builder's toolkit had the material to build a deck in it. The new one is meant to augment a Planeswalker deck and a Welcome deck together. That doesn't help you.
Not really.
That doesn't help you at all. They got rid of, like, the one really good, cheap beginner product they have to make it instead something... They made it something that's better for a beginner who's becoming enfranchised, which is nice. But for a casual player, not so great. So here's what I did. I downloaded the 5 deck lists for the Welcome decks as they currently stand. And I spent all day on TCG Player, going through, checking the prices on each card. I made a big spreadsheet.
I helped.
You helped with the
little bit.
spreadsheet. Well, I mean, you taught me how to do all the cool spreadsheet stuff, so you helped a lot just a long time ago when you taught me.
That's true.
Okay.
I've somehow become like the spreadsheet master in this house.
It kind of became your hyper-focus for a while.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It still is. But everybody knows how to do it.
What
now.
I've put together is going off the premise of you would want 2 of each Welcome deck, so that your friend would have 5 monocolor decks they could take to F&M that would be legal for them to play in a standard tournament, and then either A, making them cheaper if you were buying each card individually on TCG Player or Card Kingdom. I'm going with TCG Player here because Card Kingdom's minimum prices tend to be higher. They have better shipping, though. So take what you will from that. So let's say you went to TCG Player, you use these deck lists, which I'm going to be... once this goes up on YouTube, they'll be down in the description. You'll be able to take these and buy everything for, I think the final price was like $26. And by the end of it, you have 5 full standard legal monocolor decks, plus a smattering of artifact, multicolor, and tap lands, so that your friend will be completely ready to build their own deck, ready to go. This is a nice present you can make for somebody. Or, if you're the person starting, which is probably not true because you're watching this show, and that means you're normally an enfranchised player, unless a friend linked you to this for this particular list, you can buy all these things, and now you have a nice 800-ish card collection for under $30 that you can go into F&M and play standard. You're not going to win any GPs with this. This is not that good
This is just
of a deal.
This is just to help you get started, learn the ropes, and then figure out what cards are good, what cards are bad, and switch out what you want.
This is what I would have wanted, like, back in January of 2017, when I was picking up Kaladesh, and I thought, we'll draft for fun, because we watched Friday nights, because we watched Loading Ready Run, and it kind of evolved out of there.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Friday nights is a gateway drug. And Loading Ready Run, I don't care how much money you make for charity, you know what you're doing. Moving on. So we're going to go in Warburg order. That is, of course, white, blue, black, red, green. I agree, Kaladesh was a blast to draft. I'm sad it's gone. Every card here is standard legal. I realize, can you pull up on your phone that spreadsheet so we can have the list of how many of each we need?
Okay.
Okay, first thing you're going to do. You're going to go onto Amazon, and I know we all hate Amazon, but we're doing this through a secondary party, so it's fine. We're helping some game store that can't get rid of their cards. You go on Amazon. You're going to buy a 500 card land base. That is the bulk of your $26, is the $14.45 you're going to spend on basic lands. If you have enough basic lands, then you're fine. But if you don't, this is a good way to bolster your... I'm ignoring Greg because they're talking weird shit. You're going to get your basic lands, and the basic lands are going to take up the majority of this. Can you sort that by color and go to the white list first, please?
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to start with our white deck list. A couple of things I changed. One, there's one unnecessary change here. It was a personal choice. Basic lands are overpriced or what they are. If they would just sell me, like, a box for $5, I'd be so much happier. I need them for drafts. I need them for decks. I need them for deck techs. Maybe this is a problem only I run into.
Maybe.
But there it is. So, this is the white deck. there's a couple of changes that were made that were kind of unnecessary, and a couple of changes that were made for money purposes. So our first card up here is the Dwarven Priest. It's a very straightforward card. How many of him are we going to use?
2.
2 Dwarven Priests. He's not the flashiest card. None of these are. These are beginner friendly. I even avoided tokens except in the multicolors. See, I have a lot of extra basics now because of the land base, but I still buy them because I give them to the kids. And that's how I found out about these 500 count land boxes. Hello, Samaz bot.
Hello.
Which I have a feeling you're not a bot from that name. I don't know. All right. So next up after Dwarven Priest we have
Inspired Charge.
Thank you.
Is next.
Inspired Charge. Any art will work. This is just the M19 art. There are a couple that we specifically picked a printing because it was cheaper, but white didn't have that.
And for this card, you'll want to get 2 of these as well.
All right. And next up would be?
Inspiring Cleric is next.
Okay, so Inspiring Cleric. Loxodon Linebreaker was the one who was actually in the actual welcome deck. I replaced him with cards that were the same price. Actually, I think the Inspired Cleric is 1 penny more. So instead of a 2 penny card, it's a 3-cent card. Ooh la la. We put in the Inspiring Cleric because Inspiring Cleric gets you 4 life, and other than that, is exactly the same as Loxodon Linebreaker. It's not as cool as an elephant. You're getting a vampire instead of an elephant. But there's another one we did that switch for as well. If you would rather just get 4 of the Inspiring Cleric or 4 of the Territorial Hammerskulls, go for it. Vampires are still cool. Dinosaurs are cool. Elephants are cool. They're all cool. It's a cool game.
Next is Knight's Pledge.
Knight's Pledge is one that I almost swapped out for Dub, just because I like Dub better, but this is ultimately a more beginner-friendly card. And it's a very straightforward enchantment aura. It's very easy to teach people how to use. And who's up after that?
Light of the Legion.
This was one of our biggest changes. So Sarah Guardian is how much for the 2 Sarah Guardians?
$1.50.
So it was 75 cents a piece. Light of the Legion, on the other hand,
is 8 cents.
8 cents a piece. This saved a lot of money right here. So instead of an angel with flying, we had an angel with mentor and flying. And when it dies, put a +1/+1 counter on every white creature you control.
Next.
Considering some of the sacrifice engines that are in a couple of the other colors, Light of the Legion is very helpful. You have 2 of her. She's a bomb for what you're doing.
Next is Luminous Bonds.
Luminous Bonds. Now, I'm using the Rivals of Ixalan art. You can use the Guilds of Ravnica art as well. They're the same price. They were both how much?
2 cents.
2-cent card. And you're getting 2 of these? 2 of these for
From the
2
looks of
cents
it,
each?
you're getting 2 of all of these.
Everything except for... Oh, yeah. All of these are 2, because Loxodon Linebreaker was 4, and I split them between Territorial Hammerskull and Inspiring Cleric. All right, so our next 2 cards... what was the price on it?
2 cents for 1 card.
2 cents a card for this one?
For
The next
Luminous
one.
Bonds, yes.
No, the next card.
The next is also 2 cents. Mighty Leap.
Mighty Leap, 2 cents. So many of these, if you buy them through TCG Player, and this is with their TCG Direct, by the way. Inspiring Cleric. A Spider Cleric wouldn't be a bad card, though, and that would actually be fun for a drow in D&D, so I'd go for it. This was a 2-cent card, Mighty Leap. It's very straightforward. What's next?
Oreskos Swiftclaw.
This one's a blade. For those of you who are new, a blade is a 3/1 for 2, named for Blade of the Sixth Pride. These are typically cats. I don't know why. That's the other thing. If you have like a bazillion of one of these cards, just give 2 of those to your friend, and that just saved you the 2 cents you would have spent on TCG Player.
So cheap.
Now, of course, the reason I put all these through TCG Player was the idea that if I spent $25 on the cards that weren't basic lands, I'd get free shipping. We did not hit that limit at all.
Wow.
We came in at like $12. So do this for 2 friends, and then you get free shipping. There is also Raptor Companion, who is the same price as Oreskos. I purposely left out Raptor Companion because I figured Oreskos was more indicative of what Magic feels like most of the time. But on the other hand, dinosaurs are awesome. So if you want, you could do one Oreskos, one Raptor Companion.
Alternatively, if you know your friend is a big dinosaur fan, go ahead and switch these two out.
Yeah. Dinosaurs are awesome. In fact, play some Magic and then go watch some Jurassic Park.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
Next is Pegasus Courser.
Pegasus Courser. Okay, this one, very similar to that aerial guide from the Crack-a-Pack earlier. This one was how much?
This one was 1 cent.
This is a penny card. It is a penny. And there's a Dominaria printing and an M19 printing, and they're the same. So it's not even a pick of like, what art you want. In Limited, it's fantastic. I got my one win in that blood draft we did because of Pegasus Courser.
I want to say, when I was doing, I think I won the same.
Yeah, you did the same strategy. We had
Yeah.
a Pegasus Courser and some other cool creature.
Yeah.
And we were both doing well. What I mean by a blood draft is we went to GP Vegas, which is where we met Chuck, by the way. Chuck AEW 1977 in the chat. We gave blood, and they gave us a free draft. And actually, hold up, can somebody... Oh, darn it, our chat box is barely working. Give me a second to modify that, because that should look better. That looks terrible as it currently is. Oh, you know what? I'm modifying it the wrong way. Let's make that bigger. Whoa, too big. Yeah, that's also not fair, Chuck, and I'm sorry about that. You could have bought into the blood draft. That was an option, but I understand why you didn't. Anyway, well, who's after our Pegasus Cursor?
Revitalize.
Revitalize. Now, Revitalize, I honestly wanted to replace with Adamant Will.
This is a super expensive card of 2 cents. So expensive.
So was Adamant Will. So Adamant Will, I was either going to swap out Mighty Leap or Revitalize for, because they're all about the same price mana-wise. Mm-hmm. I want to say they're all 2 or 3 mana. And Adamant Will is another great option. It gives you +2/+2 and indestructible till end of turn. That's a lot of gay emotes there, Chuck, and I'm proud of it. Oh, that's right. You are also part of the Brew Crew, so you have the Pride Cube. So anyway, another good option you can do in place of using Adamant Will is using... I'm going to pop this behind the... What? Sorry, I'm trying to fix things, and I'm making it worse. There we go. Yes. Wait, no, close that. Dang it. This is a professional show, everybody.
So professional.
Super professional. Revitalize, get a draw card. It's a nice cantrip. But the other one is indestructible and +2/+2, which is amazing.
Next is Rustwing Falcon.
Rustwing Falcon. This one you could also easily swap out for Healer's Hawk if you prefer Lifelink.
What does this one do?
So this one is a 1/2 with flying. It's very straightforward.
Yeah.
Healer's Hawk, on the other hand, is a 1/1 with flying and lifelink. So they're both valid options. This is what I was telling you yesterday about power creep.
Oh, okay.
Because they used to have Suntail Hawk, who's just a 1/1 with flying, and then you have these two guys now.
We're
moving
reading
on.
The chat.
Well, they are too. It's on the screen. See? It's beneath me. The chat is beneath me. It's there. It's right there. Alright, so what's after this? Rustwing Falcon would be...
My phone fell asleep. One second.
So, for
there we go.
the next one, there's a card that's like Herald of something. Herald of Kumar. No. What is...
Herald of Faith?
Herald of Faith. Herald
We're
of Faith...
replacing with Sarah Angel.
Because Sarah. Because Sarah.
It's a Sarah Angel.
I'm not going to say no to Sarah Angel. And here's why. Same mana cost. The other one's a 4/3 with flying and you get 3 life. This one is a 4/4 with flying and vigilance. They are the same price. I think the flying and vigilance wills.
Both in mana cost and in...
In both TCG player cost and mana cost. They're both 3 and a white.
Okay.
So I figured, you know what? Let's swap those out.
Seems fair. Skyblade of the Legion!
So this is another one that I swapped out. Who was originally here? Oh, this was originally Silverbeak Griffin.
Yeah.
Silverbeak Griffin is a white for a 2/2 with flying. Problem is, Silverbeak Griffin is super expensive. Like, monies.
Yeah, he was $7.98.
He's $3.99 a pop. Skyblade of the Legion, on the other hand, 4 cents. So
that's it. 4 cents.
That right there is saving you $3.96 a card. I don't know why my brain's trying to put all my sugar keeps sticking to the bottom of my mug to the same tune as my milkshake brings the boys to the yard. Which is in no way connected. Alright, so after that should be Star Crown Stag.
Yes.
Or as I like to call it, that damn deer. I hate this deer. I hate this deer so much because it keeps getting used against me.
Oh, you just have to put it in your deck, dear.
I have, and that's when he's my favorite. It's very much like my Carnage Tyrant with red.
You had stuff on your shirt.
Oh, okay. So, Star Crown Stag, that's fine. The next one I'm going to show you, be careful with the printing.
Sun Sentinel.
Sun Sentinel. Now, I put the M19 one here. Sorry, it's this side. I keep pointing this way because that's where it is physically for me, but it's this way on camera. In fact, you know what? Let's fix that. Hold up. I know exactly how to fix this. Ha ha ha. Wait, you don't have any text on your shirt, do you?
No, I have
great.
music notes. And apparently, a grease spot. That I will need
Ha!
to take care of later.
Now it matches us.
Now I look like I'm looking at the card.
Yes, that helps us a lot, actually. So, Sun Sentinel. Use the Rivals of Ixalan printing. This printing is almost $1 a piece.
Oh, wow.
The Rivals of Ixalan printing is 2 cents a piece.
Well, this says 1 cent.
Or 1 cent a piece. So, this one, I looked forever for a replacement, and then I realized it was only showing me 1 printing. And I double-checked, and the other printing is so much cheaper. I think on all the other ones I specified printing, I put the right printing up. But for Sun Sentinel, I forgot. Make sure you get the Rivals of Ixalan printing. The other one, for some reason, is super inflated. I don't know why.
Because it's brand new.
It's not even brand new. It's like 4 months old now. It's from June.
I mean...
Alright, so next up is Take Vengeance.
Take your vengeance!
Which is how much?
4
cents a piece, so 8
I was
cents.
looking at the wrong column.
That's why. The M19 was only in the Planeswalker deck. Whereas Rivals of Ixalan was in boosters.
Got it.
Okay. Thank you for that, Chuck. That's very helpful. And then the other one we swapped out your Loxodon Wallbreaker with. So if you didn't like the Vampire earlier, go with Territorial Hammerskull because Dinosaur. Now, this one is flipped. So instead of being a 3/2, he's a 2/3. So he's got a bigger butt, being a dinosaur and all. It takes a lot to have a bigger butt than an elephant, but he manages to pull it off. It's very fun there. I do love this card. Like, everyone tells me how dumb it is that I run it in my dinosaur decks. Heck, I've used this in a draft where I ended up doing vampires. This guy and Imperial Aerosaur. Alright, so that's our white deck. So, that's helpful. Now, remember though, there are 5 colors. So, we have other colors we need to do. Let's go to blue.
We're going to start with Air Elemental.
Okay, Air Elemental. Use the Ixalan printing. The M19 printing... How much is the M19 printing? I wrote it down. Didn't I?
88 cents?
Oh yeah, the M19 printing is like 44 cents a piece. The Ixalan printing is like 4 cents a piece. So
That's quite a change.
it is. We will actually give everyone the running total between buying the actual cards separately on TCG Player and then with our changes. And there's actually a discernible difference. All right, and so next up is Aven Windmage.
Mm-hmm.
This guy has not prowess. I don't know what they're going to call it, but this mechanic keeps coming up. So this is probably going to get keyworded eventually. And yeah, I think it is a case of there's a couple M19 cards that only show up in the starter decks. So they get more expensive. Llanowar Elves is not that, actually. Llanowar Elves is just weirdly more expensive outside of Dominaria.
Because they're that good, I guess?
I guess.
I don't know.
Alright. And yes, Prowess was too good. And the other problem was Prowess kept confusing people. Because Prowess was non-creature spells. But people kept forgetting that artifacts are non-creature spells. Unless they are artifact creatures. This one is just instants and sorceries. So much easier. Cancel. We swapped out Befuddle. Befuddle is oddly expensive. And I don't know why. And also, there's no counterspelling in the welcome deck.
Yeah, Befuddle was 30 cents.
Yeah, Befuddle's like 30 cents, and this is like
3.
2. Yeah, 3. So this is a tenth of the price. You're going to save on that money, which you can then put into a nice lasagna for your friend when they come over to play Magic and watch Jurassic Park with you. That's how it works.
Next is Divination.
Divination, which, despite not being named properly in the file setup, was still in the right place.
That's nice.
Now, I put the Dominaria one here. You can use any printing of Divination you want. They're all about the same price.
This one, I'm guessing, is about 3 cents.
Yes. They're all like 7 cents or less, so like that's fine for me. This is not my favorite art. I do like this art. I do prefer Oh No, Where Are My Keys Dwarf. the dwarven wizard who's like pulling spectral keys out. The M19 art I'm not a big fan of because that's the Theros art. And I don't know why, I just don't like the Oracle of Delphi look. Just me. Next up.
Frilled Sea Serpent.
He's just thrilled to meet you. This one I want to say is very I'm going to get hit later. This one is very, very similar to Gear Seeker Serpent. But Frilled Sea Serpent... Frilled, I want to say, is 1, a reprint. I'm not 100% sure on that. But 2, it's a lionfish as a sea serpent, which is really cool. How much is he running us?
He is running 3 cents a
3
card.
cents. These are so cheap.
Oh, by the way, Divination, you want to get 4 of those.
Okay, so 4 divinations. Everything's 2 unless we say otherwise.
Yeah.
You want 4 divinations. Actually, 4 divinations is just good for a blue deck anyway. Alright, so next up is Riddle Master Sphinx?
Yep, Riddle Master Sphinx.
Alright, good. I was making sure I wasn't jumping a line by accident.
This is a super expensive card.
How much is it?
15 cents.
Yes, actually, a couple of them, their rares were super duper expensive, like white and green. The other ones, we kept them. Red actually got away with it because there's some cards, I argue, embody Magic the Gathering. For example, Sarah Angel being used in place of Herald of Faith. You need Sarah Angel, in my opinion. That's just part of Magic. Llanowar Elves is another one. Excuse me.
That's
but Red's rare is Shivan Dragon, and I don't think you should ever get rid of Shivan Dragon. Or Shivan Dragon, how we always said it when I was a kid.
keep the dragons.
Red's a dragon deck.
Keep the dragons.
Alright, so blue. Continue on blue. Who's next?
Continuing blue. River Sneak.
Okay, so here's the deal with River Sneak. This is the one time we have a strictly worse card. Because this is replacing Mistcloaked Herald. Mistcloaked Herald was
50 cents.
50 cents a piece. River Sneak
Is 6 cents.
6 cents, so about a little more than a tenth. It's also 1 mana more. It's 1 in a blue instead of a blue. But it also has that nice benefit of when you get other merfolk in play, it can't be blocked. And I want to say there's 2 other merfolk in here, I believe. Maybe I'm completely wrong.
And we'll have to redo the whole thing.
There's 1 other merfolk in here. Well, there's 2 others in the fact that there's 2 River Snakes and 2 of the other guy.
Yeah.
And then there's a merfolk in the blue-green is when we get to the extra cards. Because we save so much money, I put in extra cards. All right, who's next?
Next is Siren Reaver.
So this is a replacement for Snapping Drake.
And you'll want 4 of these.
Okay, you do?
That's what you said.
Oh, so I did.
This is one of the only times we're putting in a non-core keyword, which is Raid, which is actually an ability word, but whatever. So it costs 1 less if you attack with a creature this turn. It's a 3/2 with flying. Snapping Drake is identical, except it doesn't have the Raid ability.
How much was the Snapping Drake going for?
Snapping Drake was going for 4 cents.
And how much is this guy going for?
1 cent.
Yeah, so he's cheaper, and he's cheaper. And it's Siren, and I actually don't know how Siren genders work in Ixalan. Don't worry about it. That's how Siren genders work. What's next?
Next is Sleep.
Sleep. Actually, what is the art on... Oh, that's 4 people who fell asleep. I don't know why I thought this was like a mouth and some horrible starfish creature.
I think it's...
It's 2 people and a horse.
Yeah, 2 people and a horse.
So he's a very depressed horse. His drinking problem. He used to be on a TV show. So Sleep is... it's a freeze. It's a freeze. And there's another freeze coming up that wasn't originally in here. Sleep was...
You want 2 sleeps?
Yes, you want 2 sleeps.
They're like a nickel each.
Yep.
What's next?
Uncomfortable Chill.
Creatures your opponent control get -2, -0 until end of turn. Draw a card. It's about the same as Befuddle, but Befuddle's technically better, but Befuddle's expensive.
Let me see.
Uncomfortable Chill is... Oh, this wasn't a replacement.
No.
So you still have an element
Of it, and this is like 2 cents.
Yeah. Next is Wall of Mist.
It's not great at shooting.
But it's good at protecting you.
Does it make creatures shrink? I don't know. Oh, red, come on. Don't be like that. All right, so we have the Wall of Mist. It's a simple wall, 0/5.
How much was this one? This was a 2-drop?
This was it's a 1 penny.
Penny.
Penny card.
And then next one is 4 of, I believe, yes?
Yes, the next 2 are 4 you want to.
Both of them are?
Oh, both
Yes.
of them are. Water Knot.
Words are not working.
Water or
with me
not,
this
you're
morning,
ready.
this
Here
evening.
it is. Get the Rivals of Ixalan printing. Same thing as earlier. M19 only came in a Planeswalker deck, so it's like crazy expensive.
This one's only 4 cents.
How much is the Rivals of how much is the M19 printing?
M19 printing is 30 cents.
Yeah, so 4 cents a piece versus 30 cents a piece. $1.20 versus 16 cents. This is cheaper than a cup of coffee in the 1970s. That's not... Yeah, the single card is actually, yes. Okay.
So yeah, you want 4 of those. And you'll want 4 of the Water Trap Weavers.
So blue is halfway a Merfolk deck. Capture Sphere. What's Capture Sphere in? Is that guilds?
Go ahead and look it up on TCG Player, please. I want to see the price.
Anyway, so we have Water Trap Weaver. It taps everything. It's a freeze. It is sleep on a body. And like, look. It's sleep for 1 guy on a body. It's very helpful.
Okay, so Capture Sphere is from guilds. It is...
Is that basically the same as Water Knot?
That is... Oh, it has
Flash. But it's 1 more mana. Maybe. Maybe. I like it being a little cheaper. You know what? That's up to you. If you want, if you want to replace 2 of those Water Knots with 2 Capture Spheres, go for it. That actually might balance it out a little bit better. So do 2 Water Knots, 2 Capture Spheres.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be my suggestion. All right, so next up we're in black.
And our first guy in black?
Blight Keeper.
He keeps all the blight. It kills potatoes, though, so watch out. It's a horrible bat. All right. Now, Blight Keeper's a replacement.
Because he is, how much? Like a penny?
He
Like
is 2 cents.
He is replacing?
Grasping Scoundrel, which is $1.02.
Actually, no, those are double priced. That's for all of them. So
Oh.
4 cents for all of these versus $1.02 for all the other ones. That's saving 92 cents right there, or 98 cents right there. Because they're both 1/1s for 1. The other one has a bonus with pirates, I think. This one gets a very, very simple late game ability. It's not great, but he also has flying, which the other guy doesn't have.
Mm.
And I would take a 1/1 with flying over a 1/2 without flying. Personal opinion. Okay, next up.
Next is Bog Stomper.
This is a 6/5 vanilla. It's nothing to write home about, but pair them with that Pegasus cursor from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next up.
Next is Child of Night.
And that is another replacement.
He is replacing Tattered Mummy.
Because Tattered Mummy was like almost 50 cents a pop. Child of Night is
4 cents for 2 cards.
2 cents a pop. Super cheap. It's a 2/1 with lifelink. Not as nice as that 2/2 and take away life when it dies, but 2/1 a piker with lifelink you can get some good mileage out of.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it's a decent replacement. Next up is Diregraph Ghoul.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And this one's existed before, so how much is it going for? Like a penny?
12 cents.
That's right. This one's
a bit
mildly
more
expensive. But I couldn't find anything good to replace it. Currently in Standard, Diregraph Ghoul is about as good of a bear you're going to... It's not even a bear, it's 1. It's 1 and it comes out tapped instead of 1 and a black. So it's cheap. It is a very cheap first move. It is very good. There's almost nothing I can think of that replaces it. She should get this checked out by her doctor, though. She's got a sword through her.
Yeah.
Alright, next up.
Next is Gravedigger.
Alright, Gravedigger is another iconic Magic card to me. It needs to be there.
Yeah. I remember having one of those.
It's nice. You could do the Amonkhet art, but I think it's a little more expensive to do Amonkhet's art. Gravedigger's like a penny, isn't he?
2 cents.
Yeah. He's 2 cents. Next up, a rare I couldn't find a cheaper replacement for. Gravewalker. Are there better rares? Yes. But there's no cheaper ones. It's just how it is. That's Gravewalker. Between Gravewalker and Gravedigger, I've actually done some mean combos of just recursing creatures from the graveyard. It's so mean when they go, well, I'll get rid of your Gravedigger. And then I get the Gravewalker to bring back the Gravedigger, and then the Gravedigger to bring back another guy. And it's just a fun little setup. Next up should be Infernal Scarring.
Yep.
How
Infernal Scarring.
And there are going to be some 4s in here, by the way.
Yeah. We'll let you know.
Yeah.
So this one is 3 cents a pop.
3 cents a pop. It's very straightforward. Why not?
Yep.
And then this is in here for the same reason that Knight's Pledge is in white. You need a nice enchantment aura. Lich's Caress.
Yep.
Straightforward. Kill a thing. Get life. Very black. I almost said very white. That is not correct. If it was Exile, it'd be very white. Alright, and next up?
Murder!
All I can think of is that stupid vine with the, I bring you gold. Oh, thank you. And I bring you myrrh. Murder! Judas, no.
That's alright. What I have is a song from the musical Jekyll and Hyde.
Card. Yes, I had a feeling that's what goes through your head with murder. Every time I play this card in Arena, all I can think of is, I bring you myrrh. Murder. I have my own joke, and I just love it so much. Skeleton Archers?
Skeleton Archer is next.
Now, Skeleton Archer is a lizard man card to me. State your name, race, and occupation. Skeleton Archer, and Skeleton Archer. He's up there with Dragon Egg. I will say, Skeleton Archer, Dragon Egg, I am so mad that Viciano gets its own card type. Because it could have been Lizard, and then we could have a bunch of Lizard Wizards.
That would have been two...
2 on the nose.
2 on the nose.
And actually, Skeleton Archer, if I remember correctly, is a reaction to Minecraft. Like, what are kids going to relate skeletons to? The kids older than us would have been Skeleton Warriors.
Yeah.
See, Isareth's too complicated, and that's exactly why I avoided Isareth. This is a beginner-friendly kit. If your friend ends up really liking the game, totally hook them up with an Isareth later. I tried to avoid legendaries in the mono colors. But yeah, I guess skeleton archers make more sense for kids nowadays than skeleton warriors.
That's okay.
I don't know. All right. Next up is...
Sky March Bloodletter.
Is he a replacement, or was he already in there?
He was already in there.
Okay.
He's a 2/2 with flying for 3. It's not bad. It's fine.
He is 1 cent a pop.
He's also cheap. He's like a baby chicken. Cheap. All right. Next up.
Sovereign's Bite.
Yes, I do like this one. Sovereign's Gumming. It's why you don't have old, toothless vampires. Just gum your neck. Target player loses 3 life, you gain 3 life. It's straightforward.
Yeah.
A lot of these are going to be straightforward because they're beginner cards.
Strangling
Next.
Spores.
Strangling Spores. You'll need 4 of these.
4 of these, how much were they each?
They were a penny.
Penny each. Can you spray $4? We're saying that this guy's having a weirdly good time. That's not him dying. That's him in ecstasy.
Well, possibly.
Maybe that's what they're into.
He might be turning into a vampire. We don't know.
Strangling Spores. This guy's not having a good time. This is driving through LA right now because of the fires.
Yep, California does not know how to be not on fire.
I think it's the whole West Coast.
Yeah.
No, they heard that Canada legalized weed. Somebody yelled blaze it, and it went, don't mind if I do. Next up. God damn it, Chuck. Next we have Vampire Sovereign. A 3/4 with flying for 5. She is like an anti-Sarah Angel. And in fact, she is meant to be an opposite of Herald of Faith, who we had cut.
And replaced with Sarah.
And replaced with Sarah Angel. She's slightly weaker than Sarah Angel, but your opponent loses 3 life, you gain 3 life.
Next is Walking Corpse. You'll need 4 of these.
You may notice that this corpse is walking and is a corpse. That's the whole idea of it. Wait, okay, Red's saying that this is the same guy as Sovereign's Bite? Oh god, they are! Sovereign's Bite is the sequel to this one.
That is funny. See, I told you he was turning into a vampire. Anyway, Walking Corpse. You'll need 4 of them.
We walked in on some couple's, private time. They just have a throne set up in their bedroom. This is not a kid's show. Look at the bottom text. Wait. What? Your service shall be rewarded, Queen Leon. You have given all your kingdom, dear knight. Serenity shall be your prize. Yeah, no, Red's 100% right. That's a story card. Isn't this card the entire plot of the Third Gamers movie? Like, that's the villain's plot in their card game. Feeding a normal army is a problem of logistics. With zombies, it's an asset. Feeding is why they fight. Feeding is why they are feared.
Yep.
It's a bear.
It's a bird.
It's not bear as a creature type, but it's a bear. Yeah. I want an actual zombie bear. It's the end of Gallivant. Kinda. Which I still say the gal who plays the Queen in Gallivant should play a live-action Liliana.
That would be
She'd
cool.
be perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She basically already did.
All right, let's go to Red.
Alright,
Leaving the room. No.
On to the red cards. Our first one is Electrify. It's electrifying.
And I should warn you, I say this will sometimes happen if you have chills that are multiplying from that blue deck. I freaking hate that musical. Get out of here. You're supposed to be monitoring chat.
But you said let's go to red.
But you
And
came
here
to
I
us.
am with the weather, Rob.
Yeah. We don't have enough green screens or cameras for that.
I know, I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
Taco Maniac, can you give us a dare? Is it to eat tacos? Because no, we don't have any taco fixins. I'm sorry. Anyway, so Electrify deals 4 damage, target creature. There should be a zombie bear. Still say it. I kind of want to do my Night of 1,000 Bears custom set.
Well, I think, like an actual bear as the subtype? Like zombie bear?
Yeah. There is no actual zombie bear.
Oh, yeah, because Peter would know.
Yeah. There's an illusion bear. There's
a grizzly bear.
Grizzly bear. It's not much of a dare to make a husband and wife make out. This is like your parents, they've been having issues.
There, we've made out.
See, you grossed out Chuck. See what you've done. We'll do it off camera. Anyway, what's after this?
Fiery Finish is next.
That had to come up after I said we'll do it off camera. Anyway, if you have a fiery finish, see your doctor. No, Chuck, don't leave us.
Don't come back. We're
No.
sorry.
We love you.
We won't
Anyway.
do it again, I promise.
So, fiery finish. Deal 7 damage to target creature. A lot of these are just direct damages, but it's red. What do you expect?
Yep. Next is Fire Elemental. We had an Air Elemental in blue. This
Now
is
we
our
have the fire elemental. I honestly wanted to replace fire elemental, but there was nothing cheap enough.
Well, a Fire Elemental is pretty cheap already. He is 1 cent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was nothing cheap enough to justify it.
Oh.
Everything that was better was more expensive. I was really tempted to go with Charging Monstrosaur. Because they're the same mana cost. And Charging Monstrosaur would be... It's 4 in a red instead of 3 red. And it's a 5/5 with Trample. And that's 8 cents. It's not as thematically red. But it's also a giant angry monster dinosaur. So, you know, take what you will of that. So, a suggestion, swap this out for a Charging Monstrosaur if you want to spend the extra 7 cents. Can you look up Unescapable Blaze?
Unescapable.
Yeah. And while you're doing that, I'm going to pull the Goblin Motivator onto the screen. There it is.
Inescapable
Blaze with an I. And that one is actually to replace Fiery Finish.
The spell can't be countered. Inescapable Blaze deals 6 damage to any target. It is an instant that is 4 and 2 red. And it is 5 cents.
That would be more expensive than Fiery Finish. That's another one if you want to upgrade, I would say. Alright, let's go over to Goblin Motivator. He is a tap. Creatures gain haste until end of turn. He's a 1/1. He's just there to make your big creatures hit harder. It's very straightforward. Or hit faster. Sorry, that's what I meant. You want
2 of them.
Next one is 4.
Yeah, next is Hostile Minotaur. You'll need 4 of those.
Again, another one that I could... Red's cards are so cheap. They're so cheap money-wise. Except for, like, Shiv and Dragon, but almost everything's a penny or 2 cents.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I think Shock was 5.
Shock. Well, there's a couple of them that are in here. Like the next one, Kargan Dragon Rider, which you'll also need 4 of, is 9 cents a pop.
Yeah. I'm not saying you're cheap, Red. I've seen how you order at Taco Bell, though. Now, Hostile Minotaur,
Honey, don't go
3/3
there.
with haste. Kargan Dragon Rider, if you control a dragon, it has flying.
Which
This
you
deck
said that this
has
has a lot of dragons in it.
A lot of dragons in it. our chat, ladies and gentlemen, and assorted guests. So after Park and Dragon Rider, he's a bear with a bonus if you have a dragon. Lightning Strike.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. I mean, it is what it is. A lot of people are going to go, but it's not Lightning Bolt. Oh well. You have Lightning Strike and you have Shock. Live with it.
There's also Electrify, too, so there's a lot of lightning going on.
Yeah, now I put the Ixalan art here. You could use any one. Onake Ogre. This is what I wanted to replace.
And you'll need 4 of these, just so you know.
If you find something better than Onake Ogre, go for it. This is another one that there's a dinosaur alternative, which is Frenzied Raptor.
Mm.
So if you prefer dinosaurs over ogres, if you like Jurassic Park better than Shrek, go with Frenzied Raptor. Not the Oviraptor. The Oviraptor is a card in Ixalan. He is a piker with haste for 2. He's not bad. I thought about Boggart Brute. Boggart Brute was actually too expensive for me to justify keeping in the list, but I do like him. Next up,
Wait, what is that the next up?
Next is Radiating Lightning
this
from
one.
Dominaria.
Pick
Strictly from
the
Dominaria.
Dominaria one, because the M19 printing is
$1.52 for
Two of
two
them?
of them.
so like 76 cents each compared to Dominaria's printing.
Which is 1 cent.
1 cent.
No, 2 cents, sorry.
2 cents. Save the 74 cents. Yes, you should always go with Boggart Brute over Onake Ogre if you can afford it. I was apprehensive about that. I mean, I realize it's only 4 cents, but a lot of the times we took out 4 cents each time. Made a huge difference by the end.
Mm.
Okay, so after Radiating Lightning,
Shivan Dragon.
one of the 3 dragons. Here's the thing: the second dragon in here is a dragon I don't like.
Ooh.
But Shivan Dragon I love. Shivan Dragon's great.
You'll need 2 of these.
You'll want 2, and he's like 15 cents each. He's super cheap. I plan on eventually buying a set of these for the kids I teach Magic to. To give the kids who play Red a Shivan. He's fun. And he's where fire breathing comes from.
Yep.
Then we have Shock. You want 4 Shocks or 2 Shocks?
2 shocks.
2 Shocks.
They're like a nickel each. It's a cup of coffee, you get a Shock. It's not bad. Now the dragon I don't like, and I tried to find a cheaper dragon to replace him with.
Spark Tongue
And there
Dragon.
is not one. It's Spark Tongue Dragon. He's one of the Tarkir dragons, which is fine. But I don't like his whole extra cost. He basically has Kicker.
Mm.
He has Kicker to have a lightning bolt on it. Okay, yeah, fire breathing came from fire breathing. Fire breathing on a stick is Shivan Dragon. But like, yeah, he's fine. But I personally think that 5 mana for a 3/3 with flying is a little expensive, even in red.
Mm.
That's just me. I don't know. Trumpet Blast I have no problems with.
Yeah, Trumpet Blast.
You had 2 of these. They were like, what?
A
3
penny.
cents each? They were a penny each?
Yep.
Yeah. Not bad at all.
And the
then
last dragon?
Volcanic Dragon. Now,
Volcanic.
don't get me wrong, he's no Demanding Dragon. Demanding Dragon is a way better dragon than Volcanic Dragon. But, he's cheap.
He is all of 2 cents.
2 cents for...
4 cents for 2 of them. So,
So I want to say Demanding Dragon's the same mana cost, the same stats, but instead of haste, you get to make your opponent kill a creature. Or they take damage, their choice. You give them a Sophie's choice. Which kid do you hate more? That's not what that movie is. Okay, green. Oh my god. Let's go to green.
first up is Bristling Boar.
Bristling Boar is a card I think I should have tried harder to find a replacement for. But he was like a penny, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a penny.
Yeah, it's hard to go cheaper than the smallest unit of currency your country has.
Well, there is the free option, but then they wouldn't have put it up on.
Yeah, they
The
wouldn't sell
internet.
that for free.
They would have said, "Here, have it."
Yeah. Then we have Centaur Courser, which there is a strictly better Centaur Courser. It is Croson something. Croson Druid, I think. He's not on the list. He has Kicker. I didn't want to include Kicker as a mechanic for this. But when you're ready to upgrade, swap him out for the other one.
And then explain what kicker is.
Then explain what Kicker is, yes. But yeah, the Centaur Courser is fine. But the other guy's better, like, strictly. Colossal Dreadmaw. There's no getting around Colossal Dreadmaw. It is a force of nature. I love this card. I love Colossal Dreadmaw so much.
He is expensive mana cost-wise, but
Well, like, everyone
he
complains
is a
about him.
6/6 with trample, so I think it's worth it.
A lot of people don't like Colossal Dreadmaw because he was in Ixalan, Rivals of Ixalan, and Core 2019.
He just doesn't know how to die.
Well, alright, so, like, a lot of people were complaining because it's like, oh, well, you could have put a worm in, or, oh, you could have put in this, and it's like, or we could put in a T-Rex. It's a T-Rex!
A worm?
Yeah.
That makes no sense on Ixalan.
No, but for 2019.
Oh.
For the core set.
Got it.
And yeah, and now the flip has happened because they didn't reprint Colossal Dreadmaw in Guild of Ravnica. And now everyone's like, no. Nobody wants this.
Gastbark Twins
Oh.
is next.
Boop. It's fine. It's good. It's a 7/7 for 7.
That's the beauty of green.
Oh, and they put Colossal Dreadmaw in Masters 25.
But yeah, that's the beauty of green. It's all about the big monsters that can kick your ass.
Or block really, really well.
Yeah. Next is Giant Spider.
Yeah. That's what it is.
It's a giant spider. It has reach.
Do you think he's
Good for
just
blocking flyers.
Do you think, like, they just... If you play a Giant Spider, you need to have, like, a pitch-shifted Lucas the Spider? Like, just super deep pitch. My name is Lucas, I am a spider. Bam! No? Okay. What's next?
Next is Highland Game.
I am so mad that this deer is not doing the caber toss. It shouldn't.
Well, I mean, he is...
It's the other term of
he
game,
is a
I know.
deer that lives in the Highlands.
Oh, I know why he's called Highland Game.
And people go to hunt him.
That's why when he dies, you get 2 life. Yes, I understand him flavorfully, but there's also the Highland Games.
Okay, well, dear, then you need to go talk with the people who make these cards so that Mark Rosewater can make a new silver border set
Called Highland Games.
and have one of the cards be called Highland Game.
It'd be Highland Game Games.
There you go.
And yeah.
And it'll be
I'm sorry,
Elk.
you also said, hey, dear, get out of here. Go. Go talk to Mark Rosewater, Highland Game. Is next Llanowar Elves?
Yes, the Dominaria Llanowar Elves.
Get the Dominaria version. M19s is super, super expensive.
For 4 of them, it costs $2.96.
And for 4 of the Dominaria printing?
$14 a pop.
Not bad.
It was $4.96? It's like $1.25, yeah.
$2.96.
Or $2.96, yeah. So it's expensive to get the other ones. This
It's
one, not
expensive.
bad.
Next is Oakenform.
Thorin Oakenform. Wait, no. Yep.
Yep.
It's your nice aura.
Yep.
Actually, I think red didn't get an aura, but red's not enchantment heavy.
Yeah.
Next up,
Next is Palaka Worm.
All right, so Palaka Worm is a replacement for Aggressive Mammoth. I like Aggressive Mammoth better. If you can get Aggressive Mammoth, do it. But Aggressive Mammoth was how much? For 2?
For 2, it cost you $3.16.
Right, and for 2 of these guys?
14 cents
right,
altogether.
He's 7 cents a pop. He's the same mana cost, he's a 7/7. It's comparable. It's not as good. But when he dies, you get draw a card.
That's nice. Next, we have Plummet.
Verdant Force was also too monetarily expensive. But yes, Verdant Force is another good alternative for when you're ready to upgrade. Plummet.
Destroys target creature with flying.
Straightforward. I use the Rivals of Ixalan one here. You could use whatever art you want.
Also pretty cheap because it's 1 cent.
Yeah.
It's a penny.
Rabid Bite.
Rabid Bite. Mm-hmm.
What
Also 1 cent.
Okay.
Thornhide Wolves is next.
Yes. This is one I couldn't think of a upgrade, but I probably should have tried harder. Because a 4/5 for 5 is not great. By the time I got to green, I was kind of tired. Next up's Titanic Growth.
Titanic Growth. In this one, you'll want 4 of them.
You want 4 Titanic Growths. It is... I don't know if that's worse than Giant Growth or not, but it's helpful. 1 and a green for +4/+4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's helpful. Then Ursine Champion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's not bad. She becomes a bear berserker. She's a bear who becomes a bear. Again, for new players, bears are 2/2s for 2 mana.
Next is Wall of Vines.
So I should warn you, this wall's components disappear every 6 seconds. It's very, very inefficient for protection. It's a bad joke. I'm sorry. It's a defender with reach. It's a defender that hates flying. Now, here's the thing, though. That is that is about the same as getting 10 starter decks, 2 of each color. If you bought them in the old starter kits, you'd be looking at $50 at Walmart. To balance out this, to show that this would be a better deal, I have put in a collection of lands, multicolor cards. I believe all the multicolors I put in are uncommons, and artifacts to upgrade your cards. We're going to go through this list. And just enjoy that these are all bonus cards, and we still kept it under $25. Under $30. So we have Aerial Engineer from Magic 2019, 2 and a white-blue, 2/4. As long as you control an artifact, it gets +2/+2 in flying. So if you have an artifact, you get a 4/4 with flying, which is not bad. Hey, look, an artifact. Arcane Encyclopedia. That Aerial Engineer can ride this book. Yes. 3, tap, draw card. Straightforward, very helpful. Atsaken Seer. Little reliant on dinosaurs, but you'll notice there's dinosaurs in both green and white in the sets we have. Plus, you can tap them for any color. Also very helpful. Awakened Amalgam. You can use them with all the different lands that you're going to see here in a moment. There are 5 lands in here that I've included that are not standard legal yet. They will be in January. But they're not now. So 5 of these cards are not standard legal. I lied earlier when I said they're all standard legal. 5 will be standard legal, because we know they're coming. One of them is this guy, the Azorius Guildgate.
Guildgates!
None of the Guildgates were more than 10 cents. The ones that are currently in standard, there are penny versions of them on TCG Player. Boros Champion, he's got Mentor, you can give him +1/+1. He's not bad. He's a decent 2 mana 2/3. I mean, I'm not a full judge yet, Chuck, so I don't know if I can help you with that. Boros Guildgate, it's a penny. This guy, very helpful. He's just nice to round out black, red. Cinder Barons. I've put in, don't worry about the arts. The M19 versions are like 2 to 5 cents each. I think one of them is 9 cents. If you can get Surge into this chat, I don't know what I'd probably scream a little bit, but oh well. Isn't he doing Desert Bus right now?
He'd fanboy. That's what it is.
That'd just be nice to have him return. I hang out in his chat all the time.
That's true.
Alright, Cobbled Wings. Dimir Guildgate. Direfleet Neckbreaker. Just a cheap black. Black red kind of got screwed, and white-black had to be... white-black did not end up as good with the multicolors. I'm not going to lie. I'm not happy where that ended up. Voltaic Servant, because the Dominaria cards aren't listed alphabetically. Power Stone Shard. Power Stone Shard, I said put 4 in. Because of the way it works.
Yeah.
In fact, I think all the artifacts are either 2s or 4s. I will put those in a list when this goes up on YouTube.
There will be a link in the YouTube description. That's
Yeah.
what will happen.
Navigator's Compass, put in 4. I think Chuck is in our Discord. If you're not in our Discord, please join. You can hang out with us. Mishra Self-Replicator. Arvad the Cursed. He's legendary.
Yeah.
There aren't enough black-whites in Standard right now to not do legendary. By the time Ravnica Allegiances comes out, there will be, because Orzhov's coming back. Explosive Apparatus. Forsaken Sanctuary. Foul Orchard. I love the Ixalan art on Foul Orchard, by the way.
That is pretty.
Gleaming Barrier, which this is the only card in here that makes a token. And watch, we're going to find another one. I'm going to be a liar. Glowspore Shaman. Golgari Fiendbroker. Golgari Guildgate. Cruel Guildgate.
That's Find Broker.
I know what I said. Fiendbroker. What do they do? You return Charmed Pergament from your graveyard to your hand. So it's a green-black version of Gravedigger, but 3/4, which isn't bad. Hierophant's Chalice, which I actually like Hierophant's Chalice. Okay, Glowspore Shaman is here because it's cheap.
If you can find...
See how much this one ran us. Find us a good green-black standard legal card for less than
5 cents.
5 cents.
If you will do that, we will consider... We will
Yeah, mills your
probably
bombs,
switch it
and
out.
then you put in the Find Broker. It's for combo setups. Highland Lake. Guild Gate. Legion Guildmate. I think he's not bad. He's alright. Whoa. I accidentally dragged the Manolith into the...
Manolith!
into the video. Let's get rid of that. Whoops. Yes. Remove the Manolith, please. Wrong window. Let's try that again.
There
That's
we go.
much better.
Now we can see it and us at the same time.
And then Mandarin River is what it is. Millstone. Welcome to Night Veil Predator. Orzhov Guildgate. Psychic Symbiont. Raging Regisaur. I like Raging Regisaur, actually. Because it attacks and then deals extra damage. Raging Swordtooth was one of my win conditions back at the Ixalan pre-release. That was fun. Rakdos Guildgate. Regal, Bloodlord. You know what? I even said I'm going to find the other card that makes tokens. I'm going to be a liar, and here he is.
There he is.
Resplendent Griffin. It's very resplendent. And this one has Ascend. So this is another one that's bringing another mechanic in. But it's the multicolors, and I'm a little bit more comfortable with them doing that.
Yeah.
Selesnya Guildgate. And, oh, by the way, all of the Dual lands are four ofs. Shapers of Nature. God dang it, Chuck. Red, sing the number. Skyrider Patrol. Which actually isn't bad. Stormfleet Sprinter. Haste and can't be blocked. I mean, what more do you want? The other ones are the standard taps. Your Submerged Boneyards. Timber Gorges. Tranquil Expanses. Your Woodland Streams. Traveler's Amulet. So I told you we'd see it again.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, it's the wee Dragonauts. Which they're not bad. So, those are the cards for using to try to get your friends into Magic. The entire cost of what we have put together here is, was it $26.77?
No, that's this one.
No. Yeah.
Oh.
We put this together. This would be $26.77, including the $14.45 mana base from Amazon. So without that, you're looking at $12.32 for 828 cards, plus an additional 500 lands for the additional $14.45. The lands cost more than the rest of these. If you bought all of the cards to make the starter decks, including buying the land base just to make that easier on yourself, you'd be spending $46.47.
That's a lot.
So you save $19.70 by going with these lists. And then if you did this versus the... If you went with these instead of buying the 5 packs... if you bought the 5 starter packs, you'd be looking at 23. You're saving $23.23 by doing it this way. So $26-ish plus shipping and handling. You're probably looking at about $30 to get everything to your house. I don't think that's unreasonable.
No.
I
And
think
it's a
that's
great
fine.
way to give your friend, if you bought all of these cards all from this list.
The reason I avoided the lockets is because I wouldn't have a complete set of them yet. Once there's a complete set, I would say buying a complete set of lockets for like 50 cents, $2 to get all 4 of each, would be another great investment.
Yeah, so if you bought all of the cards on this list, it would be a great way for your friend to learn the differences between the colors and how they play, what black favors over what blue favors, and that kind of stuff. And it's great for them to figure out what their favorite colors are.
Yeah. And then you can use, if you really want to, you can use, if you're looking at this and you're going like, well, I'm doing this for myself, I spend the $26 on this, spend the additional $23.23 that you would have saved compared to going to Target or Walmart, and buy yourself those other cards to augment your deck. Once you figure out what you like to play.
Mm-hmm.
Do that, go forward with it, and then start conquering. You probably won't have an F&M, honestly. Because part of the reason you're doing this is because you don't have an LGS.
Friendly local game store.
Right, if you have a friendly local game store, you wouldn't have this problem. But, right, I forgot my stepdad's name is also a term for horny. Neighbor growing up was another term for man's genitalia.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
His wife made homemade ice cream. They were really nice people. Then they moved to Colorado.
Moving on. Moving on.
Anyway, the guild kits are a good investment. The thing is that that defeats the purpose of what we were doing today. Now, something I'm going to announce now, I will also be making a hype video in the meantime. There is, and I'm going to pull up the link and post it into the chat here. Where did that go? Where did that go? Here we go. If you go to this link that I am posting into the chat right now, paste and chat. Go to that link. I am taking part in a giveaway. It is myself, all of us really, as well as 30 other creators. Young Mage is in on it. Exotic MTG is in on it. It's a bunch of smaller creators. We are doing a giveaway. The Exotic MTG 31 Days of Christmas giveaway, as the URL will tell you. What you get to do, and since you're watching this live, you get to have a head start on entering. You sub to the channels, you get entries. There's other ways to get entries. I think there's 21 different ways on an average day. And you can check back and enter again and again. And you will be entered in to win one of 31 different prizes. I will say, I don't want to say too much about the prizes. What I do want to say is I know there's basically you'll watch us open it and then we send you the previously sealed product if you're the winner of our day. My day is December 8th. I know at least 2 guys have been saying they're considering putting in sealed boxes.
That's pretty cool.
For theirs. Ours is not a sealed box, but it's still something fun. They're all magic related.
Mm-hmm.
And you enter, you get a chance to win. It's all good fun.
Yeah.
Now, along with that, a reminder for all of you that today's episode was brought to you by Landwalk, because, swamps are icky. Cookie dough, because I'm not going to choose dessert. I choose to eat both desserts.
Cookie dough ice cream is delicious.
And, of course, our Patreon, and all the viewers like you at patreon.com/outplaysgames. And on Twitch, through our Twitch swamp. Our Twitch subs. I said Twitch swamps. Swampscribe to us on Twitter, or on Twitch. If you have Twitch Prime, you can swampscribe for free.
So that's what
Okay.
we're calling it now?
Swampscribe.
Swampscribe.
It's just a very muddy person with a pen. He's the Swampscribe.
And if you're on Twitch, you can follow us. You can also swampscribe to us as well.
Yes.
If you have a Amazon Prime account, you can swampscribe for free.
Isn't Swampscribe and Mechanic in the new set? That's it's gonna be in Milk. That's how they're gonna destroy Nicol Bolas. They scribe all of his mountains and islands into swamps. You can only use black mana. And then Lily just obliterates him.
So, thank you for joining us, everybody. You're all wonderful people.
Islands are icky too. They have tide pools.
That's true. You can slip and fall and lose a shoe in that too if you're not careful.
Let's stick to mountains.
Yeah.
Oh, but mountains have mountain roads.
True, but you can also hike up mountains.
You can.
Plains are, I think, the best.
Yeah.
Because they're just flat land.
They're flat and full of wheat.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like Panera bread. Flat and full of wheat.
And you gotta be careful with forests, though.
Bears.
A lot of bears, a lot of insects in there. They can bite you. But yeah. So anyway, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us today.
You all have a wonderful day.
We'll see you all later.
Bye!
We're leaving with Chuck saying that.
Saying what?
Apparently.
Fish poop in the water.
They do!
Where else would they? They're not amphibians. They can't come up on land for that.
Anyway,
Okay, and we're done.
goodbye, everybody.
yes.
This
Bye,
is
everybody.
Red's
Goodbye.
puppet for today. It's actually my puppet, Red.
We'll put it back.